Hello, everybody. We're going to start the call. Thank you for joining me and joining the Commission in this second NLAAD 2018 Leadership Council call, 2 months after our first call. My name is Luis Alberto Mares. I am the Director of Community Mobilization Programs at the Latino Commission on AIDS and the Coordinator of National Latino AIDS Awareness Day. So I see with some people, I'm going to unmute everybody so you can introduce yourself. I would like to know who is with us today.
The conference has been unmuted. The conference has been unmuted.
Who is with us today?
Hello, Lisette Marrero from HHS.
Thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Elvis. I am from La Clínica del Pueblo.
Welcome.
DC. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Manuel Cornero. I am from APLA Health.
Hi, this is Carla from Iris.
John Murphy from New Mexico Department of Health.
Welcome. Anybody else? Hello? Okay. I see 8 people in the call. Maybe somebody is gone away. Okay, I'm going to mute again the lines to avoid interference, and I will unmute it again at the end of the call so you can provide suggestions, comments, and questions.
The conference has been muted. The conference has been muted.
The agenda for today, we already started with introductions. So today's call basically is to present you the progress of the campaign since last time we talked 2 months ago, what we have done in these 2 months. Basically, NLAAD theme for this year on the poster. We're going to talk about HIV test kit donations, about the website, and how to register the events and how to request HIV tests. About the events themselves, the webinars that we have scheduled and we already started delivering, and the press conference. So, the first thing, 2 months ago we got together, we discussed about the theme that we wanted to use this year, and we ended up with the idea of knowledge as a tool to fight HIV. So we talk about this here in the Commission and together with the graphic designer department and with the help of an advertisement company, and we ended up with this theme and the poster for this year, both in English and in Spanish. Ending HIV is everyone's job. The cool thing about this poster is that we're using the tools that we have up to date to eradicate the AIDS epidemic from the city, state, and the country, right? So the first thing is testing. We are promoting at every NLAAD event, we promote testing, and that's why we provide testing kits to every event. And it's represented by the tube, the lab tube with the blood. We're also promoting prevention in 2 types. One is the PrEP, Truvada, the pill is they're representing another I in the word HIV, and the condom, which is a more traditional prevention technique that we have been promoting since the beginning of the epidemic. So we don't want to leave that aside. And even though in this poster, in this image, the job is like a bottle of medication, in the poster that we're using on the website and the one that we're mailing is another pill, a round pill, which the letters U equals U, with representing what is the newest addition to the prevention and the eradication of the AIDS in the country, which means staying in treatment and care and reaching viral suppression, because that's the way the person who is positive won't transmit the virus to other person. So in the poster, we're presenting all the things that are needed to be able to fight the AIDS epidemic: testing, prevention, and staying in care and reaching viral suppression. And it's explained in the lower part, and we wanted to make it like everybody's responsibility. So do your part. We all have to do our part. Either we are positive or negative, we have a role that we can play in this fight against HIV. So this poster has been already, as I mentioned, posted on the website, and they have been printed, and we are already mailing them to the organizations that have registered the events. And we're going to continue mailing to other people as well. HIV test kit donations. Again, this year we secure agreements and with different laboratories. We have been able to secure 25 kits per event, but people need to fill the form that is in our website. Once we receive the information, we process the request with the laboratory, and the laboratory will mail the test kits directly to the event organization. So, somebody asked us last time we talked 2 months ago about INSTI because last year we didn't have INSTI tests. So we were able to connect with Biolytical, which is the laboratory that produced INSTI. And we were able to meet in person the person who is actually coordinating this with us at USCA this year. It was a very good moment with to be able to put a face on the person that I email every day about this INSTI test. So last call, somebody from Florida actually requested that we should include INSTI test, and we have done this year, as we have done 2 years ago. So we have INSTI test. We also have, sorry. Okay. We also have, again, as every year, OraQuick from OraSure Technologies. We also were able to meet them in USCA this year. We were able to meet with everybody. It was impressive. And same as with INSTI, they are going to continue mailing 25 HIV test kits for whoever requested for their events. And the last one, Alere, same as last year, only have Alere determined this year. Last year we have 2 different types of tests. This year we only have determined HIV-1, 2 HIV combo. And to make it clear, Abbott bought Alere, so now they are not Alere, they are Abbott. So Abbott will deliver the test directly to the organizations that are requesting Alere tests. So a month ago, on August 15, we sent an email blast to everybody in our contact list to let them know that even though at that moment our website wasn't updated yet, the registration was open for events, and also the link was open for people who wanted to request HIV tests for their events. So we sent this email blast to everybody in our contact list on August 15, and then we proceed to update the website. The website is still not 100% updated. We're still working on it. As you can see in this picture, everyone, that's what I was mentioning, that have another PL, that have U equals U. The website is again both in English and Spanish and contains information on the 4 topics that we're representing in the image. Taking the HIV test, consider PrEP as prevention, stay undetectable, and use condoms. So if you click in each one of those 4 categories, information will come up. And some parts of it are still being updated. Latest news are there still. And in the website, there is a menu on the top. You see one of the tabs is registration. When you click that, a submenu appears, and the first one is register your event. And that's where people is supposed to register the NLAAD events, and once they click there, it will take you to this page, which is, this is direct link to that page, but you can also get there through our website. And there, the page requests you to fill the information about your organization, your name, your contact, what type of event you are doing, if you have any other organization working for you, if you have a poster for your own event, date and time of the event, and if you are going to do testing. And if you are going to do testing, are you going to request tests from us, and what tests you are going to request. So again, on the website, on the same tab, on registration, there's a second submenu that is request HIV tests. Once you click that menu, it will take you to this page, which the direct link is this one, where you ask you what type of event are you having, the name of the event, and again the contact person, title, organization, address, and what type of test do you want. Once it is filled, we receive it and we process it with the laboratory that is providing the specific test that you are requesting. But it is very important that for you or for the organization to request tests, first they have to register the event. We have received so far 30 registrations, but 10 more are requesting tests without registering. So I'm holding all those requests. I email them, I mail them, saying that they need to register the event first in order for us to process the HIV test. So once the organization registers the events, there is also a menu here in the main menu of the website that says events. When people click on that event, on that menu, what you will come up is a list of events, NLAAD events for this year. Previous events from previous years appears here as well if you go back. But for example, for this year, the first event is going to happen on September 29, and it's going to be in Greenville, South Carolina, and it's a health fair. And there are 3 more on that page that I'm showing, but there's many more. When you open any of those events, it will come up to this. No, it comes the date, the name, and the location with a map. And if they have their own flyer or poster, it will appear here. The description of the event, details, venue, and organizers, and links to every website of the organization. Again, very important, first to register the events and then request the HIV test. I'm providing this information. I'm going to have next week general network call with everybody in our contact list, whoever registered and wants to be present, to present this same information. I'm presenting this first to you who are part of the Leadership Council, so I can receive feedback and suggestions before I present it to the entire network. Another thing that we already are delivering, here we have 4, but we have scheduled 5 webinars, and we are working on the possibility of having a 6th one or probably a 7th one. We collected information in the last call about what things wanted the Leadership Council and the General Network prefer to have delivered webinars, and we work on that. And based on the availability of providers and availability of presenters, we have scheduled 5 webinars, as I mentioned. Now, we are promoting the webinars via email blast. As we are approaching each one of those webinars, we send an email with information for every webinar, focusing on the one that we are promoting a week before, 2 days before, and the same day of the webinar. The platform that we're using is the same one that we're using right now, is ReadyTalk, and we are going to have 1 webinar every week. So the webinars that we have this year, we already have one on September 12th, and it was about You Equals You with Bruce Richmond. It was a very well attended webinar. We had over 400 registration and 184, I believe, is the number of attendance to that webinar. It was very informative, and the link is in our website right now. Tomorrow we're having another webinar on September 19 about the conference in Amsterdam, the AIDS 2018, and it's going to be presented by Vincent Yulano Ramos, which is a board member of the Latino Commission on AIDS and also a professor at NYU. We have a 3rd webinar program for next week, September 26th, the impact of HIV in Puerto Rico, presented by Lisette Marrero from HSS. And one more for the first week in October about efforts in ending the AIDS epidemic nationwide, presented by Joanne Moore, the director of the AIDS Institute in the New York State Department of Health. We have finally our Spanish webinar, as we have been suggested, and we decided to do it It's going to be about the same thing that is presenting Vincent about the ACE conference, but not exactly the same thing, but it's going to be about the conference also, but it's going to be done in Spanish by Carlos Maldonado, who works here at the Latino Commission on AIDS. And there is a possibility of having another webinar about HIV and hepatitis C co-infection. It will be on the third week in October. In our website, there's also a link for the webinars under the link, the tab for materials. When you click on materials, it's going to be print, webinars, and planning your NLAAD guide. The print includes posters, which I already showed you, and it's going to be able to be downloaded from our website as well. When you click on webinars, it will take you to this page where we are uploading not only just the webinars, but also the conference calls that we're having, like this one today. It's going to be posted in that area in our website. Finally, we are having our NLAAD 2018 press conference in the steps on New York City Hall on Wednesday, October 10th this year at 11 a.m. And I would like everybody who is in New York, if possible, to attend the press conference. Bring your organization's flyers. One more thing that we have done this year as well as last year was strengthening our links with HIV.gov. We have a meeting also in USCA in which we again talk to the person in charge of working on the website of HIV.gov, who is posting in their website links to our page, and we are being recognized as one of the HIV/AIDS awareness days in the country. And the last calendar they have, we appear there on the last line for the day, October 15th. So October 15th is a central day, and we're expecting to have events happening on that day, around the day, before, after, but mostly on that day, in representation of the National Latino AIDS Awareness Day. Once the Latino AIDS Awareness Day has happened, we would like to request information from events that happen in terms of how many people they reach, in terms of how many HIV tests they performed, and if there was any test that came up positive, and what was done with the people that came up positive. This is for us to be able to have an evaluation this year and produce a report with more information than the one we did last year. So this is the information of everything that we have done about NLAAD. We are still working on implementing changes in the website. And we are launching the campaign officially this week, probably Thursday or Friday, and we are having a national network call next week, Tuesday, with this same information, and we're going to probably add whatever suggestion we get from you today. So I'm going to proceed to unmute this call so you can give me your questions, feedbacks, and suggestions.
The conference has been unmuted.
Hello again. So this is what we have done, and I would like to hear from you as the Leadership Council. What do you think, and what can be maybe added, suggested, changed? Hello? Hello?
Hi, Luis. This is Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
Hi. I think it looks great. Everything looks great. I like the poster. Just wanted to remind folks that we are giving out grants for people that want to do activities for NLAAD. So if people want to request kits and then they also need some funding for any, whatever activity, you can also request funding from us. You can, I don't know if maybe if you want to provide my email address. But again, it's only for New York, though, New York State. Activities happening in New York State.
Okay, I will add that next week. And I'm having the network call, and I will add that information. If you can send me an email with that information more specifically, so I can add about it.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Do you mind going back to the posters in the beginning? I was a little bit late to actually be able to log in.
Okay. That?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, that's the poster that we're using this year for the campaign. Any comment, any suggestion for the call that I'm having next week with the network?
This is Lisette. Hello, Luis. Hello, everyone. Again, I want to echo, I think that the theme is really great, and it really speaks to where we are going in terms of trying to end the epidemic nationally and globally. The only thing I will say is that I feel like in past years, materials have been a lot more colorful and definitely showed faces of, the Latino community, and it kind of personalized it a little bit. So I think that's the only thing I'm missing. I love the idea of saying ending HIV is everyone's job. I think that's powerful, and I like, the testing vial, the PrEP, the condom, and the U equals U. I feel like the only thing I'm missing is that kind of personal touch. So I know that this is probably kind of final, but I think that's the only thing for me that it feels like that part is it fell short on personalizing it.
Okay. See, we were in the here at the commission. We got together and we thought about it too. We have been putting faces in every poster for the past years, and we wanted to make it like more simple and go more direct this year. And that's where we went with this idea. We were presented several choices, and we ended up with this one. We might go back to faces next year probably, but we wanted to use this time. Yeah, it's not colorful, but it's simple and direct. That's the point of this one.
Yeah, and it forces the person looking at it to actually stop and read it. I mean, there is a lot of wording. I know that you can't see that much at the bottom, but I'm able to read it, and people have to actually stop and read and really get the gist and the messaging for it. So I would just say for those of us who are a part of the leadership council and working with communities and talking to folks, that I think that this is a good educational tool, and that, folks need to use this and kind of explain what all of this means, talk about testing, talk about, prevention methods, including PrEP, condoms, and, the importance of linkage to care and viral suppression. I think there's a lot of conversation that can happen with this. Mm-hmm. I think it's great. It was just that one little thing that I was like, it would have been nice if maybe there was a person's face maybe in the background, but I get the approach.
Yeah, we were able to have the poster ready before USCA, and we took them. We shared it with some people, and everybody loved it, actually. Everybody was very pleased with this poster. They missed the faces that we had last year with the superhero campaign, though, but they say that they really liked it because everything was included.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know when your website is going to be updated and these materials be available, like the posters and so forth?
Yeah, I am hoping that by the end of this week, everything is going to be updated, and we will launch the campaign. I'm going to put pressure on this, basically on the posters, which is the most important part of that still need to be updated. But everything else has been updated, so I'm probably by Friday, mostly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Luis, this is Lisette again. Will the posters also be distributed to non-testing agencies?
To who?
To non-testing agencies.
Yes, we first what I just started doing is I already mail posters to whoever registered the event and I request test. But I'm going to send after that to other organizations that are in our list. I'm going send an email to when we launch the campaign, we send to everybody, and whoever requests posters can send an email with the information, and I will send to them as well.
Excellent.
Yeah. Any other comment, request, suggestion?
So where, out of curiosity, so this is Jesse from Denver.
Yes.
If somebody is having an event, where exactly would a blank box appear on these posters to be able to add in your specific happenings?
I'm sorry, say it again.
So like last year, you guys, the posters that you handed out had some of them had like an empty white box, so that.
Oh yes. That is going to be on the website. That type of poster is going to be available to be downloaded on the website. As I mentioned, most probably on Friday it will be available, in which you can download a PDF version and you can add your information in those ones.
Okay.
So hi, Cynthia Castro from Little Rock. So to register a event that we're going to have here, we have to do it in the web page?
Yes, the reason why we want people to register the event is because we want to have an idea how many events are happening around the country. Of course, it's not mandatory, but we are asking everybody to do so. And if you're going to request tests from us, we definitely need you to register your event. And that you can do it at the website, as I mentioned. I'm going to put it again.
Where?
Here. This is the website. You go to the menu on the top, and you click registration, and will come two sub-menus. One is register your event, and the other one is register the HIV test.
Okay.
Or you can go directly to this link, which I have sent several times by email. If you haven't received it, I can send it to you after the call. And where you put the information here, and you just fill it. This is just, you fill the information and I receive it immediately. And once I receive it, I will post your event in our calendar of events in the website, and I will send you posters. And if you request test kits, I will process the request as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question or any other suggestion?
I know they had mentioned that the posters are pretty much done, but I feel like in the Spanish version,
No. Yes, tell me.
Yeah, is the erradicar? Is that I know that whenever we try to do marketing in Spanish, we try to make sure that we're not making it overcomplicated and using words that maybe not everybody understands or knows what they mean, or so I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm saying what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I understand. You're saying like, well, I don't know exactly. Different countries, different. It's very difficult sometimes to produce a flyer or a poster in Spanish that everybody understands. But I think the word exists and everybody knows what it is. Some countries use different words more commonly than other ones. We try also to use a word that have I in the middle, so you can use the two. It was not complicated, but we needed to have a word that people understand that implies ending and that have an I in the middle. So we went for that word.
No. I mean, I like the word, but I was just in my mind, just trying to play through what the possibility of somebody not understanding
Yeah. Well.
exactly what we're trying to get across. But yeah. No,
Yeah, I
but
think
I like it.
yeah, I think Beto, what he means is maybe more something like people knowing what prep is, or like the idea of U equals U. Like I think maybe like the general population wouldn't know. Is that what you're trying to get at?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, the word and a little bit of that, but I mean, I like that it's explained down at the bottom, and I think you guys did a good job with trying to minimize how much writing was on the poster, because I think what you have on there is right to the point, and it isn't multiple sentences trying to describe something. But yeah, I mean, I think the concern is really, I mean, there's no way to go about it. It is what it is.
Yeah, we always try to use the less amount of words. We don't want to fill the poster with too many words because people get lose interest, and we want people to focus on what is there, the big part, like ending HIV is everyone's job. That was the message that we wanted to deliver this year. All right. So as I mentioned at the beginning, this call was just to present this, and it was going to be not as long as last. What I wanted to get is feedback, as I said, so I can present this for the network next week. So if there's anybody else who would like to make any other comment, a suggestion, one thing that I wanted to ask is we want to have as many events as possible. So if you can share this with your network and promote NLAAD and to have them register their events and to contact me if they need anything. And also if you want posters mailed to you and you haven't received it, you send me an email and I will send it to you.
Please, this is Lisette. I was interested in finding out if there is going to be an opportunity. I mean, I think there is already an NLAAD Facebook and Instagram page. Am I right about that?
All right. Yeah, right. We have a Facebook page. That is the one that is more active. We have also Instagram, and we have Twitter, and YouTube.
Yeah. So I haven't gone and looked at it to see what kind of activity there was last year, but it would be great if we can promote organizations that are going to be participating and having events to post pictures and have updates, because I think just with the use of social media, it will really take this to the next level. So just as a sidebar, since everyone is on social media, if we can really try to utilize those mediums as much as possible.
Yes, I'll add that in the call next week, and probably will include it in the email blast I will send in by the end of this week.
Right.
Yeah, the hashtag NLAAD 2018. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? All right. So thank you, everybody. This was a short call. Again, we always welcome your suggestions, questions, and comments. And if you have anything else to tell me, if you haven't participated in this call, you can email me as well. You all got my email. I'm going to put it again at the end. It's here. There it is. Email, call me, and we can talk again. Thank you for the information, Betsy, Lisa, for the comments, and everybody else who participated and asked questions. Thank you very much. And we will be in touch probably after October 15th to give updates on the campaign, how everything went. All right?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.